The courtroom smelled like polished wood and dying hope. My wife sat across from me with her lawyer, legs crossed, hands folded elegantly over her lap, as if this was a celebration. Beside her, the new boyfriend adjusted his tie, confident and smug, like a man who believed he had finally stolen someone else's life and claimed it as his own. They didn't look at me. They didn't need to. They believed the verdict was already carved into stone. 7 vacation homes in the Florida Keys, the bank accounts, the inheritance. Our future, she had whispered to him once when she thought I couldn't hear. All of it will be ours. I hadn't confronted her. I didn't scream or break. I just listened. And when the judge asked if I had anything to say, I didn't speak. I simply handed him a sealed letter. My wife smirked like she knew what was inside. But then the judge read the opening line and laughed. A dry, startled laugh that silenced every voice in the courtroom. "Well," he said as he looked up, his eyes flicking between them, then back to me, "this is interesting." My wife's smile evaporated. The boyfriend leaned forward in his chair. The judge began reading aloud, but I didn't hear the words. I remembered the phone call, 2 months before the divorce papers arrived. "If you want to join Thanksgiving," my daughter-in-law had barked, "come wash the dishes." I'd said only one word, enjoy, and I hung up. They didn't know what I had been planning ever since. It didn't start with betrayal, it started with arrogance. My wife had always wanted more money, more status, more recognition. When I bought the homes in the Keys, she was the one who suggested converting them into rentals. She was the one who encouraged me to put her as a cosigner. She was the one who started managing the finances. It was easy to give her everything. I loved her enough to believe she wouldn't take more than I offered. But people reveal their true selves in whispers and stolen glances. I saw her smile at her phone when she thought I wasn't watching. I heard fragments of late-night conversations. I caught her using my words, my phrases, when she spoke to him on the phone. She wasn't just planning to leave, she was planning to take everything with her. I could have confronted her. I didn't. Instead, I listened, observed, collected, because I knew one thing with absolute clarity. People who betray you eventually expose themselves. All you have to do is stay quiet long enough. The boyfriend entered the picture next, a man half my age and twice as loud. He came to family dinners, sat in my chair, ate my food, acted like he was replacing me in plain sight. My son and his wife noticed. They didn't warn me. They didn't help. They watched, comfortable in the belief that inheritance would flow their way once I was gone. I should have been furious, but all I felt was the slow tightening of a cold calm wrapping around my chest. I began to plan. I didn't rage, I didn't accuse, I didn't give them the satisfaction of seeing me break. Instead, I started removing myself from the picture, quietly, strategically. I moved. The judge held the letter with both hands like it weighed more than paper. In that letter was everything they didn't know. The 7 vacation homes belonged to a private trust, not me. The inheritance they expected was already transferred. Every asset they thought they stole was gone, and there was something else. I had documented every transaction, every conversation, every lie. And I submitted everything together, the financial audit, the witness statements, and the one phrase that broke her pride. She planned this. My wife stood up. "This is a lie." Her voice trembled. Her hands shook. The boyfriend wasn't confident anymore. He looked at her like she'd betrayed him too. I didn't say a word. Some truths don't need to be spoken. They are a blade that plunges in silence. The judge closed the file. Petition dismissed. Assets are not part of the marital estate. There is nothing here for either of you. Silence. My wife stared at me across the courtroom, eyes wide, breath trapped in her chest. She finally understood. It wasn't that I didn't care. It was that I had already won. I walked past her without looking back. She whispered, "Please." The boyfriend didn't say a word. My phone buzzed once, then again, then again. By the time I reached the courthouse door, 71 missed calls. They had finally realized there was nothing left to take. Switzerland is quiet in winter. The mountains don't care about betrayal. The snow doesn't remember broken promises. The cold doesn't judge or forgive. As I stood on the terrace of my villa, watching the fog rise through the pines, I felt nothing. Not joy, not vengeance, not victory, just clarity. People assume that revenge is loud. They imagine flames and screaming and chaos. But the most devastating revenge is silence. I walked away from the life they tried to steal, and I left them with the one thing they feared most: the truth. Some betrayals destroy the victim. Mine destroyed the betrayer.